What's going on, guys? This is Twister Don coming at you again with another episode of Dark Souls 2 PvP. It's been a while since I've played, and I apologize for not being steady in the uploads, but I've been kind of busy and had some stuff going on, so I haven't had a chance to play as much as I wanted to. I am excited for the DLC. I do not own the DLC yet. I plan on getting that Saturday, but I do have the new patch, and did not intend to record anything tonight. But got on a good win streak here, and I decided to go ahead and upload and commentate on some things and some of the new things in the patches. I noticed there's a lot of different weapon changes and stuff, kind of make me rethink my builds and rethink my strategies when it comes to PvP. And here I just kind of threw on some armor and wanted to play with some of the spears because I read that some of the spears got buffed up, so I was kind of curious in that. And here you can tell I'm rusty. This guy's fishing for backstabs, fishing for crits there. And really had to tighten up my backstab defense against this guy, and you'll see that here in a minute. Yeah, I went on a little win streak here, decided to upload it, commentate on a few things. You know, one of the major reasons, one of the major frustrations that I have with Dark Souls 2 is the whole soul memory thing, but I'm not going to get into that because I could definitely rant 15 minutes about that nonstop. But you know, that's not what I want to talk about here. We're going to talk about some of the the new things in the patch and some of the new weapons and I say new weapons, some of the new weapon changes. So, like I said, I'm gonna be getting the DLC Saturday. Me and a friend of mine are gonna play through it, just for the heck of it. And I'm trying to get back into some of this PvP action. And here I'm using the Dragon Slayer spear and the Chaos Blade. Like I said, I read that the spear's got a buff. I'm definitely used to using thrusting weapons. Haven't really ever used the spear class before though, so we'll definitely see what. How good that is, and I'll talk about some of the strengths and weaknesses that I have observed personally in using some of the spear on the last couple of nights that I fought. So, I think that the spear, like the Dragon Slayer spear, for example, it seems like it has, at least when I fight against it, has a good phantom range with that long poke. And that's something about the thrusting weapons. I've compiled a list of strengths and weaknesses that I believe that are fairly accurate into the application of these weapons. And when I use the Chaos Blade, it's kind of like a polar opposite of thrusting spear. It's got a different purpose. It's faster. It does. It's got a better running attack. It's then on the opposite hand of things, it's got its own weaknesses. So really, these two weapons kind of go good together, I guess I would try to say here. Some of the strengths that I've come to find out about, like the spear, which like I said, I'm used to using thrusting weapons. It seems like the thrusting weapons, especially the long ones, and this Dragon Slayer spear is pretty long. It seems like they're harder to parry, and I know that's one thing that we're going to be looking out for with these with the return of these curved weapon parry frames, because I know that's one of the weaknesses of the katana, man. Those guys will be parrying you night and day when you're using that katana. And the spear tends to thrust out real quick, kind of like a jab does, and it's just harder to anticipate than, as say, if you were running from the free throw line with a running R1 katana attack. And I should have knew that guy was going to do that right there. So he's kind of low on health and brought out that weapon. Kind of a last resort kind of clutch move he pulled on me there, but we're able to get back up and finish the fight there. So that's good. And like I said, they also have a strong stun. It seems like in all the matches I've used with this spear so far, they've stunned on the first hit, and then followed up with a second stun before they could roll away. And I know a lot of times I was fighting, some of these guys would actually tank a Chaos Blade two-handed R1. And I know they said they've redone poise a little bit or whatever, redone a lot of things, so I'm not as familiar as I need to be with some of the new mechanics of the game. So in the strengths that the spear has, I've noticed that it also has a few critical weaknesses. And one is that it leaves your back wide open if you miss. So like if you're not in the range of a spear, you've got that range where the enemy is too close to you and the enemy is too far away from you. And if you're too close and you swing and the guy rolls to your back, the recovery, which is also another weakness, being so slow, it leaves your back wide open. And I know there's anti-backstab things. Trust me, I know that. But I'm just saying in general, generally speaking, it's got a slower recovery than say a katana, where the katana kind of tracks your opponent better, especially up close. So you definitely got to be careful of just overly spamming the spear. It's kind of a pick and choose your attack, and it's really good. It's really good when you're thrusting and you're hitting them off the end of their roll. And I used to do that a lot with the science halberd. So that is one reason that I do like the Dragon Slayer spear, is it seems to have pretty good damage. It kind of reminds me of the science halberd, as it's hard to parry. I'm pretty sure you could parry it. I mean, you might even be able to parry science now. I don't know, but something that's hard to parry, I guess would be something unique, especially if you see all these curved sword guys walking around. Curved sword guys walk around spamming parry. And I'm not saying that somebody is can't get good at parrying, and there's somebody, or even if it's in general a weapon that some people may consider easy to parry. But I'm saying in my experience, and using thrusting weapons in the past and in the last few nights, I haven't been parried much at all with the Dragon Slayer spear, and I've been parried quite a few times with the Chaos Blade, of course. So when we're talking about the Chaos Blade, like I said, it kind of goes as a good weapon to switch to when things are going bad with the Dragon Slayer spear, because it tended to get I guess it got a buff. I don't know, y'all may know more about that than me, but it seemed to get a buff in damage for pure physical. So it's definitely doing like some better damage than it did. Of course, the katana is fast and it has good recovery. So I guess if you've got somebody pressuring in or trying to go for a lot of backstabs, then you've got some good recovery there for that weapon. And here I get backstabbed. I should have swapped to the katana earlier. And this guy has actually got a big advantage on me here, but I kind of pull a clutch move here in a minute. And right here, watch this right there. You see how he winded up? He wanted to do the spin to win combo, but just a good quick jab from the spear interrupted his attack, stunned to full havels, like I was talking about earlier, and I managed to get the victory there just due to the quick jab, speed, and the stun of the Dragon Slayer spear. And so that is something that I really enjoy about the using the spear there. It's got its weaknesses, but it also has its strengths. So anyways, I don't know what weapon I'm going to try out next. I see a lot of people say that the what is the Helix Halberd and Mastodon. I'm thinking about powerful stuff from the previous patch. Lance, Greatsword, Infinite Stunlock. Thinking about Helix Halberd, Mastodon Halberd. The Lance Greatsword supposedly is now nerfed to where it doesn't really stunlock anymore, so there wouldn't be any point in using that. And then I think they nerfed the power attack of the Helix, and the can't power stance it with Mastodon anymore. So I don't think that would be something that you should use. And then I read on one forum that maybe dual spears power stance, but that's not something I'm gonna try out. I'm not thinking the next thing I'm gonna try out. I'm gonna power stance some katanas, and then I want to try some I don't know, maybe a spear with a different moveset, maybe a partisan. I might try that out in my next video. We'll see what we can think of. And I don't know, and I knew I would run into one of these guys right here, one of these poison whip guys. I hear that the poison whip's got a buff or something to where they poison easier or something. I mean, I don't know. I've just been reading a lot about them on the forums. But I knew right here this was a Chaos Blade match, because I had to stay out of the range of his whip. I couldn't get close to him without bridging the gap as close as I did right there with the running R1. So I was using the running R1 to bridge the gap, get in close. I know he can't trade with a Chaos Blade, and that was my strategy there. And really doing a lot of thinking in some of these matches, especially using a new weapon like the Dragon Slayer Spear, where I don't know about the buffs. Do y'all know if the buffs got nerfed or anything? I know they got nerfed in the patch before last, or as far as you could not, use the base stats of 10 to buff your weapon. You actually had to put points into your, faith or intelligence to give yourself a longer duration of a buff. But I don't know with all the. It looks like instead of lowering the defense of the armors that much or upping the damage of the weapons, they readjusted the whole mechanic of how damage versus defense works. So do y'all know if buffs are still viable, or not even necessarily still viable? Do y'all know if buffs are still quite a bit more powerful than just a physical weapon? Say a Sunlight Blade Chaos Blade versus a regular physical Ring of Blades +2 Chaos Blade. So if y'all let me know about that, I'd appreciate that, because I haven't had the chance to try anything yet. But anyways, yeah, that's that. So any kind of suggestions y'all have, y'all want to see me use in the next video for weapons that have been readjusted, or anything that you might think that will be viable. Now, I don't want to use anything that's just garbage, but I would like to get into different kind of these different kind of weapons and at least try them out if they're halfway viable, So this match, see, I haven't run into a lot of buff guys, and this guy's got a buff to looks like a great scythe, but that guy came out of the gate running with R1, so I know to expect that, and I got really lucky not to get backstabbed there. So I know this guy's going to try to spam that running R1 a little bit. Maybe I can hit him with a roll BS. But yeah, so plan on getting the DLC Saturday. I don't know, got 2 characters I need to take through it. So I'll probably do both of my characters. I hear it's really fun. I hear it's really good. I hear it's pretty short, probably like 3 to 5 hours, but I'm not going to be in any hurry. But after that, I plan on getting back into some good PvP, some more PvP videos. May even start, doing the old battle of the YouTubers or something. I don't know. That's what I did in Dark Souls 1. We'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much the Dragon Slayer Spear. I was using this R2 of the attack, and it's not, the R2 is not that good, but in some cases it'll hit, and in some cases it'll actually land. Most time you miss, but it's kind of something handy to have, just to fire it off every now and then. And I'll tell you something else I was using the other night while I was streaming was Pyromancy. It seems like they said they increased the tracking of Pyromancy. However, I couldn't really tell, but I can still tell that Pyromancy it's pretty powerful. With a great Chaos Fireball, the Forbidden Sun, Great Combustion combo that I always use. Then maybe in the right hand. My problem was I didn't have a good right hand weapon. Maybe in the right hand have a spear and a katana like I have now. Then have the Pyromancy. But the only problem with that is, you'd have to, depending on what level of build you'd go. At 250 might be able to do something like that. At 150, I just don't see it happening. Not efficiently. Maybe you could go, because for one thing, you need attunement to have multiple casts of the items, especially if you're fighting in the arena. But I think they disable the spell recovery items, where you could have Forbidden Sun. You only get 1 charge, and you need. I like to go 49 attunement. That'll give you another charge of Forbidden Sun. The Hexer Suit will give you 3. And then you can have a Great Chaos Fireball extra charge at 40 something. It's 40 something. So, and then you can still have room left over for Great Combustion and stuff. So then at 150, you've got to hit. My 150 hits agility. I think I stopped with 100 agility on him. But you've got to have at least 100. I think that's a breakpoint, if I remember correctly. 105. I think on one of mine I have a 10. Alright, one time I respec to 105 agility set up. I can't remember, but with the attunement it'll give you some agility. Probably wouldn't need as much adaptability, and then my thing is, on most of my builds, I will, gouge stamina pretty hard. I'll stack stamina pretty hard in a lot of my, on most of my setups that I use. But yeah, guys, anyways, it's good to be back to make a few videos and look to hear some of your comments and suggestions for the new patch and DLC, and tell me how you like it. But until next time, Twister Don is out, guys. Take care.